जय गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ, जय गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानंदन, जय ब्रज जन रंजन। जय यशोदानंदन, जय ब्रज जन रंजन। जय यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ, जय गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ, जय गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानंदन, जय ब्रज जन रंजन। जय यशोदानंदन, जय ब्रज जन रंजन। जय यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नित्य गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। नित्य गौर हरि बोल, नित्य गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। नित्य गौर हरि बोल। जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद। बोलिए हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल। हरे हरे बोल। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं, श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांच श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padhan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhanvitansya. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तबिंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, most confidential knowledge, verse number 28. So Bhagavad Gita 9:28. Prabhu, you are going to project it? Okay. So Subha Subha Falai Evam. Subha Subha Falai Evam. Moksha Karma Bandhane. Moksha Karma Bandhane. Sannyasa Yoga Yuktanam.
Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma
Vimukto Mamupashyasi.
Vimukto Upasyasi.
Subha Subha Falair Evam.
Shubha Shubha Falair Evam.
Mokshasye Karma Bandhanai.
Mokshase Karma Bandhanai.
Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma.
Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma
Vimukto Mamupashyasi.
Vimukto Upasyasi.
Subha Subha Falair Evam.
Shubha Shubha Falair Evam.
Mokshasye Karma Bandhanai.
Mokshase Karma Bandhanai.
Sannyasa Yoga Yuktanam.
Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma
Vimukto Mamupashyasi.
Vimukto Upasyasi.
Anyone want to read?
Shubha 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 Falair Evam.
Subha Subha Falair Evam.
Mokshase Karma Bandhanai.
Mokshase Karma Bandhanai.
Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma
Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma.
Vimukto Upasyasi.
Vimukto Mamupashyasi. Okay, anyone else? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so word by word meaning. Subh from auspicious.
Shubha from auspicious.
Asubh and inauspicious.
Ashubha and inauspicious.
Falai results.
Falai results.
Evam thus.
Evam thus.
Mokshasye. You
Mokshase
will become free.
you become free.
Karma of work.
Karma of work.
Bandhanai from the bondage.
Bandhanai from the bondage.
Sannyas of renunciation.
Sannyasa of renunciation.
Yoga, the yoga.
Yoga, the yoga.
Yukta Atma, having the mind firmly set on.
Yuktatma, having the mind firmly set on.
Vimuktaha, liberated.
Vimuktaha, liberated.
Mam, to me.
Mam, to me.
Upashyasi, you will attain.
Upaisyasi, you will attain.
Translation: in this way, you will be free from bondage of work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me, in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. One more time. In this way, you will be free from bondage of work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me, in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. Purport given by Stephen Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada. One who acts in Krishna consciousness under superior direction is called Yukta. The technical term is Yukta Vairagya. This is further explained by Rupa Goswami as follows. Anasaktasya visayan yathar arhan upayunjatah nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.255. Rupa Goswami says that as long as we are in this material world, we have to act. We cannot cease acting. Therefore, if actions are performed and the fruits are given to Krishna, then that is called Yukta Vairagya. Actually situated in renunciation, such activities clear the mirror of the mind. And as the actor gradually makes progress in spiritual realization, he becomes completely surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, at the end, he becomes liberated, and this liberation is also specified. By this liberation, he does not become one with the Brahm Jyotir, but rather enters into the planet of the Supreme Lord. It is clearly mentioned here, Mam Upashyasi. He comes to me, back home, back to Godhead. There are 5 different stages of liberation. And here it is specified that the devotee who has always lived his lifetime here under the direction of the Supreme Lord, as stated, has evolved to the point where he can, after quitting his body, go back to Godhead and engage directly in the association of the Supreme Lord. Anyone who has no interest but to dedicate his life to the service of the Lord is actually sannyasi. Such a person always thinks of himself as an eternal servant, dependent on the supreme will of the Lord. As such, whatever he does it for the benefit of the Lord. Whatever action he performs it as service to the Lord. He does not give serious attention to the fruitive activities or prescribed duties mentioned in the Vedas. For ordinary person, it is obligatory to execute the prescribed duties mentioned in the Vedas. But although a pure devotee who is completely engaged in the service of the Lord may sometimes appear to go against against the prescribed Vedic duties. Actually, it is not so. It is said, therefore, by Vaishnava authorities that even the most intelligent person cannot understand the plans and activities of a pure devotee. The exact word are Tantra, Vakya Kriya, Mudra, Vigyan, न बुझाए. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 23.39. A person who is thus always engaged in the service of the Lord, or is always thinking and planning how to serve the Lord, is to be considered completely liberated at present. And in the future, his going back home, back to Godhead, is guaranteed. He is above all materialistic criticism, just as Krishna is above all. So one more time, reciting, not the reciting, translation of the verse. In this way, you will be free from bondage to work and its auspiciousness, and inauspiciousness results. With your mind fixed on me, in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. So this is the chapter known as most confidential knowledge. So Krishna is revealing the knowledge, and he is giving the path how to come to him or go back to Godhead. So this chapter is divided into 4 sections. First section 1 to 3, Krishna talks about those who are faithful and hearing properly to this confidential knowledge, and also he is giving the glimpse of the bhakti in the second verse, and then also he's saying those who are not faithless, and that person will be forced to this material world and then will be coming to the birth cycle of the birth and death. And then second section 4 to 10, he is giving the Aishwarya Jnana, so that by knowing his opulences, then we can attach to him and serve to him. So he says that whatever material things is created by him and everything, and he creates and inhalates, and then doing all those things, and all these things happening under his direction, and yet he is neutral and detached, and he is not attached to them. And then after that, he is saying the foolish person, they neglects, they thinks that Krishna is a ordinary person and he's a like us, and then they neglect the bhakti, and then divine people, Mahatma, they don't Mahatma, they accept Krishna, and then they take the shelters and also worship to him. And then after that, he goes, Krishna described about the 3 kinds of worshippers, and one is Ekatvena, Vishwatomukham, second one, and third one is Pitaktven. Pitaktven means demigod worshipper, different, so many kinds of worshipper. And Vishwatomukham, they think that this is nature is the God, and they do worship to them. And Ekatvin means that I am the God, means I am the Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, Mayavadi philosophy. And then fourth section, he is describing about the bhakti 26 to 34. And there it talks about the pure devotional service. So if one worship Krishna with devotion, or even offers him the fruit of his works, and one becomes free from reactions and comes to him. And worship is simple and result is super excellent. That is in 26 to 28, and that we can understand by the purport, how Sri Prabhupada, he has given wonderful purport to understand. And then 29 to 31, Krishna shows his favor, how he shows favoritism to his devotee. Even saintly person, they commits horrible acts, and then also he quickly becomes righteous person. And then also he is talking about the devotional service purifies all, 32 to 34, and by thinking Krishna, offering him obeisances and being absorbed in him, one goes back to Godhead, and regardless to his position, it doesn't matter where is, what is his material positions. So I'm going to read the verse number 26 and 27. 26, starting of the pure devotional service. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept. So Krishna is showing his gratitude towards devotee, his devotee, that even though in this material world we are not qualified, but still Krishna, he accepts. So that is showing his gratitude. Someone is offering, then he accepts with love and devotion. And then second 27 is the saying that yat karosi, yat asnasi, yat juhosi, dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tattva kudrush madarpanam. So whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerity you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So when someone is offers to him and doing everything for Krishna, then Krishna is saying that in this way, by offering, and in this way, that person will be free from the bondage of work, means karma bandhana, and then auspicious and inauspicious results also. And fix your mind on me, and in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. So wonderful purport Sri Prabhupada has given. So result of acting is offering to Krishna, austerity, and then work, everything. And then result is acting with the mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, as explained in the chapter 9 of the 27. And then that person will be liberated. Freedom from the bondage of work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. Krishna is saying, Mochasye karma bandhanai, means liberated from the karma bandhan. And then after that, he is saying that vimukti, two things is important in this word, vimukti and mam upashyasi. liberation, and one come to me, that person who is liberated. And Srila Prabhupada, he has given wonderful purport. From the purport, 4 points are there. Yukta, Yukta Vairagya, and then how does this process works, and then who is real sannyasi. So at the beginning of the purport, Srila Prabhupada has given the explanation. You one who acts in Krishna consciousness under superior authority, under superior directions. So it means the person who is authorized, bona fide, so that person is working or acting in Krishna consciousness under the supervision, superior supervision. And then that is called Yukta. And then he is saying what is the Yukta Vairagya. And he has given wonderful explanations from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu sloka. So to perform action and give the result to Krishna. So you are attached at the same time, you are connected to the work, and also you are detached to the work because you are giving the results to Krishna, fruits to Krishna of that work. And then Srila Prabhupada, he is saying in the purport that Rupa Goswami says that as long as we are in this material world, we have to act. We cannot cease acting. So we cannot stop our work. But we have to give the fruit of the work to Krishna. And then actually situated in the renunciation. And then because we are giving fruits of the work to Krishna, so that way means what happens? One gets to the platform of renunciation, and then after that renunciation, what is the effect? Effect is it is a cleansing our mind, and then there is a progress when we will mind is cleansed, and then gradual progression happens, and then by that spiritual realizations happen. And when spiritual realizations happen, then there is faith develops more and more, and then surrender. And surrender means full surrender, and then complete surrender to the Lord. And then result will be the secondary result, will be the liberation. And then that person at the end of the life after quitting his body, then person will be liberated. And then liberation means Srila Prabhupada is indicating that kind of liberation means to come to me, Krishna is saying. So not merging into the Brahma Jyoti, but entering into the Lord's planet. There is a word, Mam Upashyasi. So means in his planet, not like a merging into the Brahma Jyoti. That is means important to you will attain Mam to me. And here it is not described by the words that Sayujya Mukti. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 6, it is mentioned by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya when there is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, when he tested the mellow of the bhakti, then after that he realized there is a verse, it is called Mukti Pade, and then he told it should be Bhakti Pade. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked him, why you are saying like that and what is your intention? So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, his reply is there, that the awakening of pure love of Godhead, Bhagavad Prema, which is result of devotional service, far surpasses liberation from material bondage. And for those averse to devotional service, merging into the Brahma Jyoti is a kind of punishment. So if someone is getting the Sayuji Mukti, means merging into the Brahma Jyoti, it is a kind of punishment. Because what kind of punishment? That person, by nature of the soul, is consciousness. It means there is some consciousness is there, then it means some activity has to be there. But if someone is merged into the body of the Lord, into the Brahma Jyoti, so what person will do? So after that, there will be, sometimes there will be at the beginning, it will be looking nice, full, and but after sometimes that person will feel frustration, nothing to do, and then after that there is a fall down. So again, back to square, he has to start, and then that's why it is a kind of punishment. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he is saying seek a kind of liberation in chapter 6 of Madhya Leela, verse number 20, so 266. यद्यपि से मुक्ति है 5 प्रकार, सालोक्य, सामीप्य, सारूप्य, सारष्टि, सायुज्य are. There are 5 kinds of liberation: Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, Sarasti, and Sayujya. So Salokya, it indicates that person is, after material liberation, is promoted to the planet of Supreme Lord, residing there. And then Samipya means remaining as an associate of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Sarupya means attaining the 4-hand form exactly like the Lord. So they will have the Chaturbhuja Rupa. Sarasti means attaining opulences like those of the Supreme Lord. So in Vaikuntha planet, those who have received the Sarupya means they all will be looking like a Lord Vishnu only. Narayan. There is a difference. One is, I think, cost of money, jewel, and something else. 2 differences is there. Otherwise, they looks like a Lord only. And Sarasti means having the opulence. So Maharaj Bali, he got, after when he was defeated by Lord Vamandev, Lord Vamandev gave him the Sarasti kind of liberation. He went to the Sutala Loka. That is far better than the Swarga Loka. And then Lord is there as a doorkeeper. So that is also Sarasti Mukti. And then Sayujya means merging into the Brahman effulgence of the Lord. And these are the 5 types of liberation. And then he is saying next verse 267, Salokyadichari yadi haya seva dvare tabu kadachit bhakta kare angikar. If there is a chance to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, a pure devotee sometimes accepts the Salokya, Sharupya, Shamitya, or Sarasti form of liberation, but never Sayujya. And then in the next verse, he's saying, a pure devotee does not like even to hear about the Sayuji Mukti. Srila Prabhupada, somewhere he has mentioned, like it is a kind of spiritual suicides, which inspire him with fear and hatreds. Indeed, the pure devotee would rather go to the hell than merge into the effulgence of the Lord. And then after that, he's saying, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya continued, and then he's saying, there are two kinds of Sayuji Mukti. Anyone can tell that already I spoke these two Sayuji. Anyone remember? Two kinds of Sayuji Mukti?
Two kinds, you said, Prabhu?
Yeah, two types are kinds.
I didn't even realize there were two kinds of Sayuji. I thought so impersonal one is only Sayuj, you know?
So what is that? Can you tell me that? Impersonal one?
Yeah, the Sayuj is merging into the Brahman.
Brahman.
Right, and that's the only one that devotees do not want, you know.
Another one is also when Sisupal, he was killed by Sudarshan Chakra, then his soul went into the air, sky, and then after that, not in the sky, but into the air. And then after that, it came into the, merged into the
body of Krishna, yeah. That's called something different?
That is also the Sayuji Mukti, but two kind of Sayuji Mukti. One is merging
one is merging into Brahman and one is merging into the body of Krishna, and that is not also acceptable in a sense because you cannot associate with him, I say.
So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he's continuing and he's saying that merging into the personal body of the Lord, that is second one. First one is merging into the Brahman effulgence. So merging into the Lord's body is even more abominable than merging into his effulgence.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah. It looks like a really good, but
yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is because
I don't have answer.
Exactly. Yeah, I know the answer is going to be a little difficult, right? But still, it must be just as frustrating not to be able to personally associate with Krishna, you know. In a sense, both are kind of on the level of associating with Krishna, they're both pretty much the same, you know.
Correct. Let me see if it is. No, I don't see. I thought maybe.
And in one sense, Brahman also is the effulgence of Krishna. In a sense, it's an extension of Krishna also. So whether it's his body, you know, in one sense, it's also his body, so to speak, the effulgence. Yeah, both have to be pretty unfavorable to the devotees.
I think there is a long purport. It has given in the Madhya Lila chapter 6, 269. So there may be the answer also must be. Why it is difference is there. Very long purport. So when gone, just when you were speaking, that time I was looking.
But for all practical purposes, it is the same, you're saying,
yeah. And then after that, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying why he's concluding that even though he is offered all kind of liberation, the pure devotee does not accept them. He is fully satisfied engaging in the service of the Lord. So that's why he told Bhakti Pade instead of Mukti Pade. And then Bhakti is so much powerful that there is a 6 characteristic of the devotional service. So among those 6, one is called Moksha Labhuta Krit. It means the glories of liberation, it becomes very tiny in front of the liberation. And then another thing is that another one is characteristic is Sri Krishna Akarsini, because it attracts the Krishna. How it attracts the Krishna? He says in when Maharaj Ambarish, he was fasting during the Ekadasi time, and then
Durvasa Muni.
Durvasa Muni, he came, and then after that he tried to kill the Maharaj Ambarish by fiery demon, and then Sudarshan Chakra came. So that time he went to Brahma and also to the Lord Shiva, and finally he went to the Lord Vishnu. And that time Lord Vishnu is saying to him, it is described in Srimad Bhagavatam, 9.4.63. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Aham Bhaktya Paradhino Hi Aswastantra Eva Dvija Sadhur Bhir Grasta Hridayo Bhaktair Bhaktya Janapriya. He's saying that I am completely under the control of my devotee. Indeed, I am not at all independent, because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires. I sit only within the course of their heart. And what to speak of my devotee, even those who are devotees of my devotees are very dear to me. And that's why another characteristic of devotional service is, pure devotional service is, it is very rare. Sudurlabha. Krishna explains among thousands and thousands of the people, then some person is the Mahatma. Because why? It binds to Lord Krishna. It attracts to the Lord Krishna. So that's why it is very rare. Very rare. And then Lord continued in the same chapter. He's saying that my devotee, 67 verse 4, 9, 67, my devotee who are always satisfied to be engaged in my loving service are not interested even in the 4 principles of liberation. Salokya, Sharupya, Samipya, and Sarasti. Although these are automatically achieved by their service. What then is to be said of such perishable happiness as elevation of the higher planetary system? So he's saying that Lord is saying, my devotee, they don't want any kind of liberation. And that's why it is called Moksha Labhutaki. They want to serve, completely serve, and serve with the full faith, fully surrender way. Ekanishta Bhava means full, unallied way. Means there is no uninterrupted way. There is no interruptions. Continuously, it comes automatically. And that is the bhakti we are talking about there. And Vilva Mangal Thakur is saying that Mukti hai Swayam Mukulitanjali hai Sevate Ashman Dharmarth Kam Gatayah Samaya Pratichah. He's saying that if one develops his natural devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mukti stand before him with folded hand to offer all kind of service. In other words, the devotee is already liberated. Means to serve to the Lord means either to serve here or to serve there. It doesn't matter to them. But for us, it matters a lot. But for pure devotee, it doesn't matter because they are always liberated. Like in Narad Muni, he can go anywhere, any places, any planet. He doesn't need any aeroplane or anything. Because he carries the bhakti sakti. So it means devotee don't aspire for the liberation, but automatically it will achieve in other sense. And then from the purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying who is actual sannyasi. So a Krishna conscious person is the real sannyasi because of the following characteristic who is having. One is Nisakama. He has no any other interest and his life is fully dedicated to the service of the Lord. So they are traveling, they are whatever activity they are doing for the pleasure of the Lord. And then servitude attitude they have because always thinking himself as an eternal servant. And then dependent on the supreme will of the Lord. And then beyond Vedic rituals. So he does not give serious attention to the fruitive activities or prescribed ritualistic activities in the Vedas. Regarding that, I can give one example of the Madhavendra Puri. He's saying, reciting his forgiveness to the forefathers and also to the demigods, to the Trikala Sandhya. So he's saying, Sandhya Vadanam Bhadram Astu Bhavato Bhova Snan Tubhyam Namo Bho Devah Pitrascha Tarpana Vidho Na Ham Chama Chamasyatam Yatra Kwapi Nisdya Yadava Kulotamasya Kamsa Dvisaha Smaram Agam Harami Tad Alam Manye Kim Anyena Me. My prayers 3 times a day. All glories to you, O bathing. O, I offer all obeisances unto you. O demigods, O forefathers, please excuse me for my inability to offer you all respect. Now, whatever I said, I now wherever I sit, I can remember the great descendants of the Yadu dynasty, Krishna, the enemy of Kamsa, and thereby I can free myself from all sinful bondage. I think this is sufficient for me. So he's giving excuse to them. And how to come to that platform? When someone realizes that understanding relationship with the Krishna. He is the cause of all causes. He is the supreme, and he is the supreme enjoyer, and we meant for his enjoyment when Jivera Swarupa Hoy, Krishnera Nityadas. So when he knows the Swarupa, I am meant for the enjoyment of the Lord, and I have to come to that stage. I have to awaken that consciousness, and then that person will come to automatically to that state gradually, or maybe immediately. I was reading something about the Srila Prabhupada, and that time he was saying that in the purpose Samir, his Guru Maharaj was saying, why to take so many lifetimes? Just do it in this lifetime and go back to Godhead. So practical applications means those who achieve to that platform, for them prescribed duties are not obligatory. It means prescribed duty is obligatory for the ordinary person, not for the bhaktas. And then also a pure devotee is completely engaged in Lord's service. And sometimes it may appear they are going against to the principles of the prescribed duties as mentioned in the Vedas, and Srila Prabhupada has given verse from the Chaitanya Charitamrita that one cannot understand his plan and activities. Let me read that one. Madhya Lila 23:39. Yan rachitte Krishna prema kare e uday tandra vakya kriya mudra videha na bujhaya. Even the most learned man cannot understand the words, activities, and symptoms of the person situated in love of Godhead, because their body, mind, and word, everything is dedicated to Krishna. And then pure devotee is above all material criticism, just like Krishna. Krishna is the pure. So connecting to the pure, like a iron is coming in contact with the fire, it catches the fire also, and it becomes like a fire. So the person who is connected to the Supreme Lord fully, then he becomes as good as like a Lord also. And that's why he become pure. And Krishna is very dear to the Krishna also. So I'm coming back again. In this way, you will be freed from bondage of work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me, in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. I will stop here. Any question or comment? Hare Krishna.
So just one question. So even though for a pure devotee, it's not obligatory to do, his so-called duties, ordinary people still have to continue to do that, right? I mean, even as they are trying to practice Yukta Vairagya to some degree, correct?
Correct.
So
Gradually, when we will start the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that is the most auspicious and powerful tools to access to the Krishna, means holy name is there. There is no difference. Abhinatva nama namino. Abhinatvam nama namino. So Krishna and his name, they are non-different. So by that there is some practical, means experiences will come up, realizations, and then that person will go surrender. And when we do hear from the proper authority or from the bona fide spiritual master and then bona fide authority, then we will come to know that we are meant for the Krishna's enjoyment. Jivera Sharup Hoy, Krishnera Nitya Das, then it automatically surrender goes.
I know, even though that's such a simple and profound statement, it's very, very difficult to fully understand that, though.
Exactly.
Because if we all really felt that, we would not be doing anything else except Krishna's service, right?
No, Mataji. I am disagreeing in this point, but maybe because you see that Mahajana, Lord Krishna, he says, Yad Yad Acharati Mahajana. So they, whatever the Mahajana will do, and then common men follow. So Mahajana, like a 12 Mahajana, Lord Shiva, and then Bhisma Dev, and then Yamaraj, and Maharaj Janak, Narad Muni, all those people. So they were, means doing as a Raja, means like a king. Maharaj Janak, Bali Maharaj, all those people. Bali Maharaj, he fought with the Devatas, Indra. So it means they were doing their duty also. So devotee means just not give up, utilize everything in service to the Krishna. That is the major things to understand that. What the guru does or a sannyasi does, they comes to door and they engage us, grihasthas. So we are engaged in abominable kind of stuff, but they do come to us and then they do purify us, engages in our in Lord's service.
But,
so even though it
but
looks
that's what
like
I'm saying. If you understand that you're Krishna's servant fully, you would not be doing many of the activities that are not 24/7 Krishna conscious. We're not thinking of serving Krishna
in that
24/7.
sense, in that sense, yes. But they will be doing the service activities also, but it is everything is related to the Krishna. There is a in Chaitanya Charitamrita verse number, I think chapter 22, verse number 100, that 6 divisions of the surrenders. So they will accept favorable things and reject unfavorable things. But for us, accept some favorable, but most of the unfavorable things.
That's exactly where I was.
So,
we're not
in that sense,
24/7 thinking that we are servant of, because if we really understood we are servant of Krishna, we would have no other activity and engagement.
Exactly. So in that sense, yes, we do all these things.
I mean, we might theoretically understand, but practically we are not applying it all the time.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Any other comment or question? Okay, so we will stop here, and please forgive me if I have spoken any nonsense or going more hyper way.
No, you've quoted very nice verses, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So let us offer our humble obeisances to the all Vaishnava devotee of the Lord. They are just like that.
Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhabhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavand ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ramananda Prabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Vaishnava Vrind ki jai.